And the button to go live, so.
All right, let's call this meeting of the Freeman School Board to order. First item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on the agenda, roll call.
Emily?
Yes.
David?
Yep.
Doug? Yes. Chris, absent, and Cody?
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Will require a motion to approve the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cody, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is conflict of interest disclosures. I've received none.
I have none.
Next item on the agenda, public input.
There's none.
Next item on the agenda, consent agenda. Will require a motion to approve the following: the minutes of the regularly scheduled school board meeting of October 10th, 2023. Minutes of the Cornwall Cooperative Board of Advisors meeting of October 18th, 2023. Minutes of the Cornwall Cooperative Special Board of Advisors meeting on November 7th, 2023. The resignation of Cassandra Hawkins from the position of paraprofessional, and we thank her for her service. The conditions of employment for Chandra Van Zyl for the position of paraprofessional for the 2023-2024 school year. The conditions of employment of Jenny Peters for the position of assistant track coach for the 2023-2024 school year. The conditions of employment of Amy Sorensen for the position of assistant track coach for the 2023-2024 school year. The conditions of employment of Kirk McCormick for the position of bus driver for the 2023-2024 school year. The contract of Anjali Letcher for the position of business manager for the 2023-2024 school year. Financial reports and claims. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Is that David?
Yep.
Motion by David. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cody. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, administrative reports, starting with elementary principal.
We have 27 kids participating in the Sack Pack program this year, and that's run by the Bethany Church and the food pantry. We hand out free snow boots to families that request snow boots, and we have plenty of clothing that was donated last year, but we are low on large snow boots and snow pants. We have plenty of coats and other stuff, but if anyone has any old, like size 8 on up snow boots, we're looking for some larger snow boots and snow pants. Elementary Christmas concert scheduled for December 7th. That starts at 7 p.m. Our kindergarten enrollment is now 25 with 8 EL students, or 32% of our class is EL students. And when we brought Haley back, we put Haley in there. It's just quite a load with 8 kids that don't speak English very well. And then November 22nd is that early dismissal day before Thanksgiving, and then Katie started this last year in elementary and high school to do joint activities together, and we do that in the mornings, and it's kind of spread out over the gyms and different places in the building. It went really well last year. I think the elementary kids enjoyed it, and it looked like the high school kids enjoyed it. So we're going to do it again.
All right, great. Thanks, Shane. Next on the agenda, high school principal administrative report.
All right, congratulations to our state cross-country runners. We had 3 kids who made it to state cross-country, so that was fun to watch them. That was Brady Mandrell, Lane McCune, and Olivia Schultz. Nice job to all of our fall sport athletes and coaches on their seasons. Congratulations to Ava Anderson. She was nominated for the Start Today South Dakota Apprenticeship Award from Freeman Regional, so she did the apprenticeship through them. This is the first year the state is recognizing that apprenticeship program. They did a little ceremony in Pierre, and so they nominated her for that award. And then she also was chosen as our Daughters of American Revolution representative. So she has the opportunity now to submit a essay and earn a pretty sizable scholarship. So congratulations to her on that. Our seniors finished the NCRC, so that's the National Career Readiness Certificate. We have those students do that because that helps us with our career readiness percentage on our report card. All but one received a certificate, so there are 3 scores. It doesn't, you can go gold, bronze, you get a bronze. So it doesn't, in all 3 scores, it takes your bottom score, that's your score. We want them to be silver or above. That helps us out if they are. So out of 18, 2 have not taken it, but out of the 16 that have, 11 of those so far have gotten a silver or higher, so that's good. ACT, district ACT was done, and then ABS-VAB for juniors was also completed in-house. Big thanks to Mrs. Sweeter. She ensured that all of our students, all of our seniors, I should say, applied for a South Dakota college during free college application month. Even if students don't really know where they want to go yet, she encourages them to apply at as many as they can because it's free. And you can be accepted to a lot of colleges. If you never go, you don't go, but at least then you're not paying the fee at a later date. So we had a lot of kids applying for college, so that was good. A big thanks to Mrs. Sage and Mrs. Penner. They put together a CTE highlight video clip that will be featured along with 35 other schools showcasing Perkins funding and how that's helped us here at Freeman. So that was good for them to do that. What Mr. Voss said on November 22nd, it's actually the second year, this will be the third year that we do this, team up and go through stations, so that'll be fun. And then the following Wednesday, we will have Humanity Launch in the building. That's going to start at 12:15. That's with Greg Talcott. Basically, it's a presentation through Greg Talcott that promotes positive school culture, so we're excited for that. And then the other thing that we've been working on and looking into and kind of designing a little bit is a window vinyl decal. So the one you see, the students kind of tweaked what was there, so you'll see like I have maroon circles over top of where there were some little logos there, they didn't like that. So I just went on Canva and kind of switched it and then sent it. And I did just get it back. So this is a little bit better version of kind of exactly what you have, but you know, those circles are deleted now. And so this is the actual one from Make It Mine. We emailed, I don't know how many, four or five companies. This was the only company that actually would send us a picture of what it could look like. Yeah, the proof. I mean, some would give us a quote, but then they wouldn't follow through with the proof. So this is the company that followed through with the proof at this point. We had one quote that was less than 1,000, which then that didn't seem like that would be right. And then we had quotes that were way more. I would say that this was probably the middle one that we had. So, and they're the only ones that have worked with us on a design so far. So mostly just informing, I don't know, grounds and building, if you have any. This is our mission statement, if you're wondering where we got that, and our logo. We'll make sure that the color is right. This is just kind of our getting it where we want it to be. And then as far as the money goes, we have grant dollars and then some capital outlay.
That's really neat. I love
that. It's a safety thing too, right? You can't see in, but you can see out.
Right.
So and it just looks.
It looks really nice. Yeah. All right, next on the agenda, Superintendent Administrative Report.
Currently, our bus lane is having some repairs that's made on it that has caused the bus lane to be shut down through Monday, November 20th. We ask parents to make sure that they shy away from driving down that because that concrete is done. It looks like it's finished, but the concrete needs to cure up through next Monday. That was the worst portion of the bus lane that had the most concrete that was broken up and the most sagging. And as you remember, we had the emergency fix that happened last spring with the portion of the concrete that had washed away and an actual hole actually developed in that area of the bus lane as well. So hopefully that area is back to repaired and good to go. Softball complex update, so I've been communicating with SPN, softball and youth baseball complex update, I should say. So communicating with SPN, working with them to get updated renderings of what we're thinking that complex could look like, and then also, more importantly, getting updated pre-bid estimates. And those are important because as we move forward with this, as the Lions Club begins the fundraising efforts to secure funds for that complex, we need to have a target fundraising amount. So that'll give us that target amount, and once we have that, then we have looked at that we are targeting 1 calendar year to secure the funds for that complex. There is a Phoenix Advisory Co-op meeting that's scheduled for November 27th. I apologize in my last communication to the board. I think I had that date wrong. That is the 27th, and that's at 6 p.m. right here in the library. Our bus build, unfortunately, has been pushed back. We were originally thinking that was an end of November, early December build, or end of November build, and then receive it early December. And just with the market and supply chain demands and everything else, it's been pushed back to late February. So it is still gonna happen, just gonna be a little bit longer, we'll have to wait for that. School continuous improvement and strategic planning committee dates are set. We have November 14th, November 28th, and December 5th. I've been working with Terry Cordray to help us out with some of the narrative for that. Those are very comprehensive plans, so if we can have some of that that's done, and then she has the abilities to make that look very professional. So she's helping us out with that, and then the team that we formed will be responsible to set the goals based off our district data, performance data, and needs for the district, and then so the committee will then set the goals and then set the action steps moving forward for that plan. We hope to have that for the December board meeting for approval.
Great. All right, next item on the agenda, unfinished business. There is none. Next item on the agenda, new business. The school board will discuss moving the regular December 11th, 2023 school board meeting to an alternate date. I am at a conference during that date. Certainly you guys can proceed boldly, but thought we could at least chat and see if we wanted to move it to another date, and even if it's possible given sports schedules, et cetera.
Do you want me to grab it now?
Yeah, would you, Christy? Thank you. An alternative too would be, I'll be in San Diego for that meeting, so maybe we just move the meeting to San Diego.
Deal. Done.
I'd be happy to live stream it if you just
Yeah,
provide
yeah,
a ticket.
Seth, you'll probably need to be there, yeah.
You have to take care of that. My brother lives in Carlsbad, so
What's our drop dead date for bills getting paid?
I think the 19th is an open night, but
Tammy, we need to, what's our drop dead date for having it so we can get bills paid?
Well, anytime in December, but it's, the sooner the better for them, you know, otherwise they start putting down their late. But normally they don't come out the 30th of the month,
Okay.
but you got a whole lot of other stuff going on
Yeah.
in December. With church programs and school programs and.
I mean, that week there's girls basketball on the road the 12th and boys basketball on the road the 14th.
Mhm.
I'm out of here on the 14th.
Heading south.
I'm headed south.
Thoughts? Otherwise, like I said, happy to let Doug run the meeting.
On the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be at the Corn Palace watching the boys.
Or you'll be at White Lake, actually.
Or is that like,
White Lake.
White Lake.
Is there a ball game that night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the boys play.
Yeah.
Okay, then what does Christy said throughout the 19th?
You ever have it on a
Unless you,
Wednesday night?
I mean, unless you go on a Wednesday.
I'm
the
fine going on a
13th.
Wednesday night.
I'd rather get it over on the 13th if that works for everybody, that way we're not pushing.
Yep, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine on
That'd be just fine. Work for you, Cody? Should I ask you on the 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe tell me on the 13th that we have a meeting on the
Right.
13th.
David, does that work for you?
Yeah, it works for me.
It does, okay. We'll communicate to
This point.
Carissa as well. Okay, so we'll move that, the regularly scheduled board meeting. Do we need a motion to do that?
Probably won't hurt.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then I will need a motion to move the regularly scheduled December 11th, 2023 school board meeting to December 13th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion?
Yeah, we'll make the motion to move it.
Motion by Doug, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Cody, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda will require a motion to approve the following surplus items.
You have a list in your packet of the various items, a lot of iPads. And then at the bottom, you got a couple of Promethean panels. So Promethean panels are some of the first ones that we ordered, correct, Seth?
Yep.
So the technology has advanced considerably with Promethean panels, and we're upgrading to the newer versions. There is still a use that for these older ones, and We have a couple of churches in our community that have expressed interest in having them for their Sunday school classrooms, and then also the county has expressed interest in using them as well.
So you're going to sell them,
They are
resale?
considered no value for us.
Yeah, generally, we surplus them at this point at that age, there's no value, because you get into a lot of, if you sell them and there's no warranty on it, it breaks the next day, you tend to get in situations you don't want to be in,
So-
so.
You
We've
just
got none.
donate them to the churches or whatever?
Right,
Okay.
when we surplus them as no value, then give them the, right, whoever we, yeah, has requested them, or, yeah, generally that's how we do it.
Okay. Any further discussion about the surplus items or any other questions? Okay, if there's no further discussion, I'll require a motion to approve the following surplus items. Do I have a motion? Motion by Cody, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Doug. All in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, the school board will hold a discussion about the district's excess general fund cash balance.
I've included the letter that we got from the state in your packets. So we're, the allowable percentage of general fund expenditures that we're to have is up to 30%. The actual percentage of general fund expenditures that we're at right now in the Freeman School District is 34.45. So that excess amount of the 4.45% equates to $178,418. Where we're sitting right now is that I was notified this, as you can see on that letter, November 2nd. Tammy was days on the job and she discovered this, and so we have been talking about it a little bit longer than that. So what I would like to see happen would be a committee of 2 board members that I could communicate with. As you can see, November 17th, I need to have submitted to the state what a plan would be for how we potentially are going to use those dollars. I will draft the letter. I would like to share that out to those 2 board members for feedback, and then it doesn't necessarily have to be the plan, the exact plan that we're going to use moving forward, but it is a plan.
Need to be an
that
educated guess at least.
Yes, yeah, so it can change, but we should do our best to submit something that's an
Pretty
accurate
accurate,
plan.
sure. That makes sense.
My thoughts were maybe the strategic planning committee, which would be David, and then maybe Emily could be part of that, for the 2 that I would send that to. But ultimately.
Does anybody, Doug or Cody, do you have a deep burning desire to be on this committee?
No, I just complain about how to spend money.
All right.
Not
You're not
advocate
gonna,
for
okay,
spending
all
it.
right.
Not my-
Doesn't play to your strengths.
No.
Sounds good. All right, David, are you comfortable with that, given that you're on the strategic planning committee?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, wonderful. All right, that sounds good. We'll go ahead and make that plan, and yeah, sounds good.
And you were going to be the second, Emily? or-
Yes, yep, I'll be the second. All right, next item on the agenda, school board will hear an update from the Facilities and Grounds Committee.
First item, which got added to the list, we've got them identified last year already, the skylights on the elementary, getting some age on them, so some of the glazing and soft joints are starting to crack, so we want to have that inspected in the spring with a timeline of late spring, early summer to repair whatever we need to repair there before anything starts leaking. So we'll probably contact some glazing companies to come and do an inspection on that by May timeframe. So that would be a item we want to get completed at the latest midsummer of 2024. The next item, I'll get Jake a list, and Jake's going to solicit some caulking companies to look at the joint sealants on the gym wall. We've had some leaks where we're starting to see, those are 12, 13 years old, so they're going to require some maintenance. So Jake will get I'll get him I'll list some contractors, he'll take some pictures, and we'll get a footage quote on getting that done. That would also be, probably because of everyone's workload and time of year, that's probably going to be a spring to summer of 24 thing as well.
Next item we talked about as the Facilities and Grounds Committee was sound masking systems. This is something that's been on our radar for quite a while with the nature in which we have meetings in our elementary office and the high school office. Confidentiality is the utmost importance, and currently in both offices there's paper thin walls, and for example, to have an IEP meeting that's going on, and we have another, family that's out in the office area, that's potentially not a good thing for us to have happening. So I have got some quotes for sound masking systems. I got 2 quotes, but the one company no longer is installing these systems. So the quote that I got was from Mid-States Audio and Video. The total cost for both offices is $9,868.88. So the Facilities and Grounds Committee felt that that was a good use of our dollars to make sure that we are, have offices that are safe and confidential. And that is already, we have room in the budget with our excess funds, dollars that we can use for that cost. Next item that we talked about was the girls' bathroom ceilings. So we've had some leaking in the high school area particularly over the course of the last few months. Outside the girls' bathroom was one that we had the heaviest amount of leaking. We had a roofing company come and hopefully repair the leak, but there was some damages from that leaking with the sheetrock. It's a sheetrock ceiling. A lot of our building, we have false ceilings. That's just one area that has the actual full sheetrock ceiling. Our custodial staff asked if we could look into, for the entry part of the girls' bathroom, if we would remove the sheetrock and put in a false ceiling over top of that area, for the reason of to get at where that leak was, should the leak happen to start again. From the common side or from the cafeteria side of it, it's hard for them to remove a tile and get a bucket up there if it is leaking. Where if we had a false ceiling on the other side, they can very easily remove a tile, hop up there and then on a ladder and put a bucket in the place where there is leaking that's happening, and just give them a little bit more of a pathway to get to that area. So that was their recommendation. I did talk to Randy when he was working on the bus path today, and he was thinking that possibly over winter break, but he would be able to take a peek at that. And then we have some other things around our facility with some doors that when you open it, they catch it. They don't catch, but they stop, and they're not supposed to stop. So the hydraulics are not allowing it to open smoothly like it should. So we'll be taking a look at those as well over the winter break. Next item, we discussed the hangar. So part of the initial design of the hangar was to have a scoreboard, a small scoreboard in the corner of the hangar. That's the one thing that's left before that project has been completed. We discussed a quote that was submitted from Chris and Christine for that scoreboard, and then also a mat side scoreboard. So the Facilities and Ground Committee felt that that was something that was important, that we finish out that project and we put that scoreboard in the hangar, but thought maybe that the wrestling club could maybe look into the mat side scoreboard, or at least if they're not able to, hold off for a future date before we purchase the mat side scoreboard. So the Facilities and Grounds Committee thought that would be a good trade-off, that the district paid for the hangar scoreboard and the wrestling club try to fundraise and secure funds for the mat side scoreboard.
And then we talked about building entry identification. I think Jake said there's 20 doors around this facility, that in the event that we had to have emergency personnel come to direct them what door, that we should come up with some way to identify and label the doors so we can
Makes sense.
pass that on to the emergency personnel. Discussed everything from numbering 1 through 20, or labeling with the cardinal direction which side the door is on, and a number corresponding to it. I don't know if we actually decided on which way we're going to go, but that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cody had a great idea of, having it marked north, south, east to the building, so then there's fewer numbers, and then,
I
people
agree.
know that
That
everything
makes
on the
sense.
east side, if you see, 3 and 2's right next to it, you know what the flow of the building is gonna be. I did talk to Blaine Sari, and they're gonna put together, some labels for our buses. We have 2 buses that currently are not marked properly or not marked at all. So we have what's referred to as the colony bus, or our white top bus. It's our biggest bus that doesn't have a number, that's just how we bought it. So that's actually supposed to be, I believe that one's bus number 8. So Saria was gonna put together some vinyl and put that on that bus for us, and then the bus that's marked SE4 is actually bus number 9. So I'll give an appropriate number for marking that one. And since they were already doing the numbers for the bus, I asked them about the numbers for the doors, and they said that was something that was very doable for them. And Blaine was actually gonna do some research and see if there was anything that was a common trend for
Best
districts or
practice.
hospitals. Best practice is another way of looking at better term for it. Do you number them going clockwise, counterclockwise, or whatnot? So he's gonna do some research for us on that and get back to us as well.
That's good. Want to touch on the quote received from for the addition of railings on the stadium bleachers. Do you want to speak to that at all, the proposal?
Yeah, we have the skylights. Did you want to touch base on that first?
I did.
Oh,
He did, he started with that, yep.
Sorry, I missed that one. So on the stadium
Well, we did
rails,
that
sorry.
before.
I was-
It's supposed to be at the end.
It's supposed to be at the end. Put it in line.
So stadium rails, we have a quote that's in your packet for that. The bid came out we discussed as a facilities grounds committee that we would target one of the staircases on the stadium. For the reason of we have the band that's on one side, it probably would create, just make it cumbersome for that walkway. But if we went to the far east walkway up the steps, that would be where most of our older spectators sit, and that would be, if we have one side, then they can go up and then go either right or left of that one side, which would be significantly better than what we currently have. So as you see on that bid proposal, to have those railings installed, it would be with install and fabrication $3,222 or $3,122.28. And the Facilities and Grounds Committee felt that was a very reasonable price.
Okay. Sounds good. Any further discussion or questions in regards to the quote received for the addition of railings on the stadium bleachers? If there's no further discussion, I will require a motion to approve the quote received for the addition of railings on the stadium bleachers. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Cody, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by David, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, school board will perform the final reading of the policy IKF graduation requirements, early graduation, which I know we've
No changes since.
talked through multiple times.
Yeah, no changes since the second reading.
Any other questions or comments? If no further discussion, we'll require a motion to approve policy IKF graduation requirements, early graduation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by David,
Second.
second by Doug. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda will require a motion to approve the Freeman School District School Safety Plan.
This is the 158-page document, I believe is what we narrowed it down to. Started out at 175, and as we met as a committee and just read through and made it Freeman, and ended up being right at that, just over 150 pages. Very comprehensive. We have a training process that we're looking at bringing in next month with one of our Fly Fridays, and having an individual come in and train our staff as well. So
Great.
making some very positive progress with our school safety planning.
All right, any other questions or comments on the school safety plan?
I just have a question. If we, not really on the plan, but if we were to assign numbers to all the doors in the school, would that be something that we would publish in the school safety plan? Would that be an addition? And then go out to emergency services or whatever? Okay.
Yeah, I envision that right now we have maps of our buildings, but they need to be updated.
Right.
So when we update those maps, we would have the doors marked as well, so then that will be shared with our EMP or fire department as well.
Okay.
Yep, that sounds good. All right, if there's no further discussion, I'll require a motion to approve the Freeman School District School Safety Plan. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Cody, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Doug, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is executive session. We'll require a motion to enter executive session for the purpose of South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2, parentheses 1. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by David, second by Cody. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries in executive session, 7:30 PM.